All right, guys. Thanks for welcome back again to Making the Right Play podcast. This is episode 2. Again, here's your host, your boy Freddie B. I got my boy Greg Clark with me, man. I got my boy DT with me again here. Okay, so this is week 2. First and foremost, I want to say thank you guys for all the feedback. Again, we want to take that constructive criticism because we get it and we want to continue to get better. And that was the first episode. So again, I'm just glad you guys are here and following along with our journey. And we want to get this episode. We're very excited about this one. Last week was great. And so first off with G, we got anything to say today, man, before we get it going?
I'm just ready to get going and ready to tackle these topics that we've been seeing throughout the week.
All right, bet, G. DT, what's up? You got any words?
Yes, Derek here. Just want to say, like the entire cast here at Making the Right podcast, we just want to extend our deepest condolences to both families that's affected by that tragedy that just happened here in our community. Just want to let y'all know you our thoughts and prayers.
Mm-hmm.
That's a fact.
That's for sure. I just I'm not agree. Thanks, Derek, for that, man. That's tragic, man. So, definitely condolences there. So, y'all, we gonna get this thing started, man. I know we was intrigued this week, and so we gonna throw that ball in the air, man, and go start off with this Lakers first round exit, man. It happened Thursday. Unfortunately, Pod family, I'm a Lakers fan. I want to put that out there in the forefront. I'm a big time Lakers fan. Grew up a Lakers fan, man. So this was hard to watch. We talked about it prior, so we're gonna just start here with G, man. Let us know what you feeling, man. What's going on with this topic here, man?
It's just the fact that Lakers made a trade towards the end of I'm gonna say mid. Was it February? I think it was February.
Yeah, February.
Luka Doncic was, some people got him as a top 3 player. I don't, but he's a good offensive player. But the thing that I think hurted the Lakers, as everybody's saying, is defense. And having Anthony Davis there as a shot blocker, playing the Warriors, made things difficult. Now, guys can beat Luka Doncic, who's horrible on defense. Reeves is not a good defender, and I got to give LeBron some credit. He's a better defender at them at age 40, but it's only so much that he can do. So Minnesota just exploited and took it to the hole and made them move their feet. And at the end of the day, like Shannon said, it was Lakers in 5. It turned out to be Minnesota in 5. I know a lot of people here, expecting me to harp on it, but Minnesota did what they supposed to do, and I was just shocked off Rudy Gobert having a 27-24 Hakeem Olajuwon type game. But at the end of the day, the best team prevailed, and Minnesota's waiting on the Warriors and the Rockets. And LeBron. Some people say he got old, but I say like 40 is 40. I know what that's like, and no matter what you do, you're not beating Father Time, and you're gonna make some plays. You're a great player, but it's gonna catch up with you too. And then JJ Redick, you having all these, 3 guys playing 40 to 45 minutes, and not going to your bench, not playing Jackson. I mean, it was just like a matter of time, and Ant-Man didn't even have a good game, and his team prevailed. So, it is what it is. And, now am I happy they lost? Yeah. Everybody know I ain't no Lakers fan. I'm not a Brown fan, but, the best team prevailed. Shout out to Ant-Man, 90s type guy, and he got that energy and stuff like that.
Okay.
That's looking forward, but, there you can get it from here.
Yeah. What's up, DT?
It hurts me to say, I kind of agree with Greg here. The Lakers was missing a rim protector. And without that rim protector, like you said, people can attack you. And I mean, like you said, LeBron, 40 years old, and I can't blame LeBron. I see they said he played with a MCL sprain in his foot, so he went out there and gave it his all for his team. So I don't know why. I don't know why people just blame LeBron. Basketball is a team sport. Okay, LeBron's our franchise player on this team, and you want to put all that weight on my back when it's a team game. Don't call Derek at 3 a.m. and say, "Look at that bitch, he went home." Like, I wake up to a phone call from Greg at 3 a.m. about LeBron James.
Yeah, I got text messages saying about LeBron James. I ain't watched the game.
Yeah.
I said, "Oh, he lost." Oh, okay. Well, yeah, I did. I said, yeah. I said that bitch did lose. I call LeBron bitch a lot of times. You not put me on the spot, Derek. Like, people know. People watching this gonna be like, yeah, that's great. But well, then why when LeBron win, they always say what he did? Why they don't put the team? But when he lose, you use a team.
Me personally, I say the Lakers.
Okay.
Right.
The thing about it too, Ant-Man, like, okay, Ant-Man, you can play basketball. You said you were sending Bronny and LeBron to Cancun before the series started. You'll be on the beach with your daddy soon. He backed his words up. But at the end of the game, you got that win. Now you want to walk around the streets of LA, like act like you've been somewhere before, Ant-Man. You got to go up like you acting like a kid. You ain't won nothing yet. You don't have no jury on your hand. So that's the first round. You got to go somewhere before you act the way you acted.
Right. I think those two great points. I'm gonna say this. We talked about it text message wise. We all play sports. We all understand that it all takes a team to win games. And the reason I'm gonna bring it up is that I'm gonna give Minnesota the credit because it's a difference between playing in the regular season and the playoffs, right? Regular season, a lot of tic-tac fouls getting called. Playoffs, they let you actually play, get a little physical. Minnesota is a physical team now. When you traded Julius Randle for Cat, that is what you brought with DiVincenzo and Julius Randle. Those are Thibodeau type of guys, right? We know Thibodeau guys, Joakim Noah, Taj Gibson, Derrick Rose, Jimmy Butler, rough around the edges, play spectacular D, give 100% effort. It made it hard on the Lakers. It was a bad matchup. After watching game 2, I said, this is a bad matchup. At first, I'm like, man, we got to get them right. I'm like, this is made to get done. I mean, Luka, last year with Kyrie, but there was a difference with that team with the Mavericks. You had Lively, you had Gafford, you had these big these big guys in the paint that made it hard on Karl Towns. Made him play from the 3-point to the free throw line when Karl Towns probably should have been playing more on the block last year. They were able to disguise decoy Luka Doncic. What happened? That's just kind of the same way what they used to do with Isaiah Thomas in Boston, use him as a decoy. You put him on a guy that's not going to be too active on the offensive side of the ball, and then on the defensive side of the ball and the offensive side of the ball, you get that ball to him because you have to have him in the game. Well, it's the same way with Luka. He's not a good defender at all. Go ahead.
My bad.
Yeah, but all I want to say is this: is that Luka almost had a triple double. We still lost. We still lost. Different people stepped up to play for Minnesota. Rudy Gobert last game. Anthony Edwards the game before. Jaden McDaniels probably was the MVP of the series. I mean, we talking about a guy that might average 11 points that had 25 and 30. And it was a simple in the press conference of him saying, hey, I saw that the lane was open. It was that simple. And JJ, and I got to put a lot of blame on JJ too.
Yeah.
It was immature coaching that last game. He was still mad about the game 4, right? I mean, it was that game 4. He was still mad about game 4 about not getting that call. Brian Windhorst came on publicly and saying, hey, we had to try to calm him down. And we knew you put Maxi Kleber. Maxi Kleber ain't played in 3 months.
No,
you don't play Jackson Hayes at all. Then you switch it to a 2-3. And you don't even play the guy that's been playing majority of the series. It's ridiculous. It was bad coaching. I can see why JJ was kind of uneasy yesterday before the Lakers came out and said, "Hey, we're got faith in JJ Redick, right? We got faith in signing this new deal with Luka." I have a problem with LeBron James not giving up the money. We're not you. If you want to win, you cannot be about the finances. We listen, dude. You're 40. Listen, you're 41. We solid. Greg, D. We all talked about this. It was times in those games where his mind was not matching his body. He's like this. He's dropping the ball. There was things going on. So everybody solid. Listen, when LeBron even first came to the Lakers, it was a bittersweet because of course we want to continue winning championships because I'm a franchise guy, but I hated it because the division I had with Kobe and Bron when we was playing at the time. I'm being till I go. Like I have friends that we used to get into it because we would argue Bron and Kobe. It was kind of like how Michael and LeBron is now. You know what I mean? How that topic puts a lot of people uneasy. A lot of emotions get going because you know what I mean. But
yeah, earphones get thrown, stuff like that. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, but I mean, like I said, this is Lakers. Hopefully they do something in this free agency. I
got a question.
That's it.
What big man can they get besides a star? You're not getting a star.
Not getting a star.
LeBron ain't taking a pay cut. What big man out there? You gonna call the white back? I thought they was gonna go get JaVale McGee. I thought would have
been a great pickup.
I just thought, like, you know what? They're going to get JaVale. When that Williams thing didn't go. And I saw when he went to X and put that emoji up, so maybe they could go back to that, but I don't know who they can get with LeBron taking the $54 million. What big man? Who's out there? Who's going to take? Ain't nobody getting no $10 million big man less. What, Jackson going to resign? Who you get?
Like Fred said, LeBron got to be willing to sacrifice the money.
He said he ain't. You should know Rich Paul. You know Rich Paul. You should. I don't know why you quiet because you probably heard he wasn't taking it either. He just want Fred to talk.
So let's hold on. Let's transition to this because we still on this same topic. Okay, so but the next topic was what's the next move for LeBron James. So since we are already here, we might as well go to this topic because that's what we're transitioning to. So I know, G, you were just speaking about the 54. Derek, you want to touch base on what you think should happen next?
If LeBron committed to being a winner, being a team player, he has to sacrifice the money. Money is not an issue with you, LeBron. Go sacrifice your money. You can afford to take a pay cut. You can bring in 2 players. You got a team. Go compete for a ring and go out on top. That's all I can say. And me personally, I'm not a LeBron fan on the court. Let's make that clear for the record. I was a KD fan until he went to Golden State, and I really now don't too much care for the NBA. But, LeBron James, in my eyes, and I grew up in the Michael Jordan era,
yeah,
I feel like Shannon, GOAT James.
GOAT James.
I mean, I just wish – well, I don't wish. I just think he's going to get his $54 million. Just have a farewell. I just don't see nobody they can get. He's not taking a pay cut. I don't see nobody that's – I'm going to say this. If Luka Doncic, which I know he ain't, started to play some defense because break down these players, man. This is why it's hard for me to say you're a top 3 player. I'm a two-way guy. Ain't no way I'm going to take Luka over a healthy Kawhi. I don't get caught up just on the offensive side of the ball. This is what I think, and I'm gonna say this. I don't think LeBron no player personnel. I really don't. Get guys that fit your game. Y'all say he's so smart. That's why, to me, his shortcomings have came. You don't get guys that fit your game. Luka is like a 2-inch short version of you. You off the ball. You're gonna sit up there and shoot threes. Like, you need to go get somebody that's gonna fit your game. Now, yeah, he's 40 years old right now. That's why I'm like, I think he just saying, forget it. Just let me get my money. I don't care what they do. That's why he ain't going to take no pay cut. He's going to scrape up everything that he can get. That this the farewell. Luka, this yours. He just made a quote. Luka's 26. I'm 40. It ain't about me now. See, that let you know he about that bread. But like you said, Derek, if he's trying to win, yes, take a pay cut. Go get 2 guys. I don't know what 2 guys it is. I know most likely if they do come, they ain't going to be no defenders. LeBron saying no. It ain't no key free agents out there. He's not getting a Wemby. He's not getting a Giannis. It's over. That ain't gonna happen. It's all yours, D.
Oh no. And I know, like you said, he got to get 2 free agents. And you making it like his age is 40 is like a big issue, which his body is taking its toll on him. But LeBron James still giving you 20 points a night, man. So, and if he need people to play off to his game, I know a guy that says he's a hell of a shooter that's right here on camera. You looking for the opportunity, Greg, go seize it.
I ain't going to even lie to you, bro. I ain't even that, but I can shoot it, but I ain't gonna run up and down. You know, I'm older than LeBron. That's my little homie. So, you know, I'm telling him I was 40 before him. Mm-hmm. So I know why he tired. I know why he gassed. I know why the ball came off his hand. And then he don't get back on D. I know why. I was 40 before hooping. Ask Buck. Ask Quiz. Ask Earl. They know me. I know what it's like. So that's why I'm telling you he's getting his money. This is Luka era. Bro, I don't care about that. I did mine. I got my bubble ring. You know the little Mickey Mouse joint? He got that.
So was Cleveland a bubble ring as well?
We talking about LA. You know how far Cleveland is from LA? Y'all know you've been on a flight to LA. It's about 4 hours and 25 minutes. We talking about LA. We talking about now. Right now, LA. Stop. There you go. Every time you stuck.
In the past, if you want to go there.
We talking about LA. He won it in LA. LA, not Cleveland.
He's at home with me and you.
LA.
Now.
LA.
That's what you're talking about, Greg.
Did on your phone, did it say LeBron is not taking no pay cut?
It says
yes or no?
LeBron's the next move, to be correct.
Right. It's no move. He's taking the money.
Right.
That's all I'm saying, Derek.
I think the reason I'm saying that is because I think I told you guys last time, I think it's time for LeBron to retire. You know, because you want to go out on your own sword. That's what I'm saying. You don't want to go to the point like I remember Antoine Randall that played for the Steelers, where how they were saying how he had to walk down the stairs sideways. You know what I mean? Because he gave it all to the game. I don't want it to mess up my off the court issues because I'm playing so hard and I'm trying to get because like I'm gonna be honest with you, Brian. If ain't nobody told you, we not going back, bro. Long as you on that team, man. It's like I see Jonas Valanciunas went to the Wizards and he could have came to the Lakers for more money. There is something else. There is a stigma going on because what's happening is that they're seeing what happened to Russell Westbrook, right? They're seeing what happens when you come here and you might not be the fit, right? It devalues you in the NBA world, but also with the fans because with LA, I hate to say it, you come to LA, that's a big market. We talking, the big market, you're more on TV. They got to talk about you. I mean, ESPN. Listen, the playoffs are still gonna go on. They're gonna find a subject on LeBron James for the next 2-3 weeks. You know what I mean? Like he's gonna be 40% to 50% of the show every time. So when you're playing with him, you have to show up. You have to do these things. And the reason why is that if you look at a Kevin Love or Chris Bosh, the reason their value did go down because they had to figure out what worked with LeBron, not the other way around. You know what I mean? When you came there, like Kevin Love turned into a strictly outside shooter, where in Minnesota, he was a double-double guy. Remember?
Thank
Kevin
you,
Love
Fred. You know basketball.
25, 30, 20. He was averaging about 25 and 12. You know what I mean? Easily. But Kevin Love, remember Kevin Love was about he was about there.
Yes, he was. Yes, he was. You're right. You're right on.
With Toronto, with Bosh, he was pretty much
23 and 11. He was 23 and 11. All-star.
So all-star. So what happens is that when these guys kind of knew that they weren't going to be able to win in these places. Now the difference is with me is that there's different timing, right? Where you got a guy like Kawhi Leonard, right? That he can go. He showed us that I can win in numerous places. I was able to win in San Antonio. Yeah. I was able to win in Toronto, even though due to some injuries, KD. I'm gonna say it, KD, Clay. If they were able to play that series, I think Golden State would have had 5 rings. Let's just be honest there. I'm just gonna be. I don't. When KD went to Golden State, I didn't see them losing too much of anything unless it was on them. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? So that's a whole different story. We're gonna talk about that, but we got plenty of time to talk about that. KD, come holler at us. We know you're sensitive, so if you got anything to say, go ahead, throw us up. Give us a lob, man. Make it a right play podcast. But anyway, what I'm saying is that I think LeBron, we have to be unselfish here. I was able to get my son in the league. My other son playing in Arizona next year. I'm a billionaire on the basketball court. I got 4 rings. You're
4 MVPs.
You're not passing. You MJ. That is solidified for a long time, man. It's not. It's just right now. I mean, you look at Anthony Edwards. You look at these other guys, but these competitors nowadays, where it's just they're not gonna let you, bro. They're like Ron. You gotta understand. You're getting the best out of everybody. You know what I mean? You're getting the best out of everybody. The Lakers, they do not want the Lakers to win these games, man. So my thing is, if he takes the 54, like you said, G, I don't know another big man. I don't know one that will want to. I don't know one that we could get that is going to solidify that paint other than with the Mark Williams situation. I know Don Connect probably unhappy now because he got vetoed back and he didn't get to play at all. You know, he didn't really play at all, which I think he probably should have played a little bit in the playoffs. You know what I mean? To give us a different look. But I don't know. I just think the next move is just to go out on that sword. You know what I mean? You already got your podcast going. You got your son in the league. I mean. I don't know what else to do here, man. But to you know, it's time to relax, man.
I agree with that. I think it's knowing Bron, I might say he might, he gonna take some games off, and depending on where they seeded in the playoffs, he might give one more little push. I don't think he just want to lay down and just say, you know what, this is it. We don't make the playoffs. But if they get beat around the 5th, 6th seed, 7th, say, is it worthy? I mean, I know some people might don't want to hear this, but if I'm LA, I've been trying to move him. I would. I know I would have been trying to move him to get the Luka stuff started. But I'm gonna be honest, I don't see them winning with Luka. I don't see it. I don't think Luka's a leader. I don't think Luka can lead. I think Luka is just a bona fide white version of James Harden. That's how I see him. You get buckets, give me 27 between 30, give me 8 rebounds, 8 assists. And I'm gonna say this: I get Luka 3 to 4 years to be at the top. Body's gonna betray him. Because I'm going to tell you, one of Luka's best assets of his game is his body. It's the fact that his body don't match his skill set. He's a slow guy that's really out of shape, and that helps to his advantage. Because you're not going to speed Luka up. Half court, he need the ball. He's not good without the ball. Just like James Harden. He's not going to cut back door for real. He want to be the guy have everything go through him. Luka's system is going to be probably like LeBron's, but just slower and less force. I'm just saying he's not an open, like a fast break type guy. He's not explosive like LeBron. He's a patient scorer that's crafty, that would have got a decent jump shot, and he ain't even a good free throw shooter. He shoot like 68%. Like, come on, man. I guarantee you, I don't see nothing coming to the league that can help him win a championship. I don't see a Lakers with a big 3 after LeBron and them leave. I don't see it. Probably a big 2, like Spades. You might got a possible. I just don't see it, and that's why at the end of this, Dallas GM, who they dogging, he gonna be the one to be laughing because he's looking at this like, I'm glad he ain't putting on X with an emoji like Williams did. I told y'all, he is what Luka don't want to do. To be a chick. Fred, you played the game. Derek, you played some pickup ball down the way. You gotta do things that you don't want to do in order to win. Luka is letting y'all know. How many times y'all done saw Luka didn't get back? I saw LeBron look at him a couple of times like, bruh, you just gonna stand there and talk to the ref while we getting back?
Right.
Then he want to cherry pick like, hey, I'm open. Nah. But I just don't see it. I think the Lakers, man, I flip Luka. Yeah, I said it. Yeah, I will.
And now that y'all talking about Luka, because we're gonna get into the next subject here. So now that y'all talking about Luka, because some people would arguably say he, like you said, he's not in your top 3, but some people would say that he one of the best players in the league, right? Let me ask y'all this. My next topic is this right here, y'all. Is Anthony Edwards the face of the NBA now? I'm gonna let you start because that's your guy. But I'm gonna say yes. I'm going to say yes. I think he's the guy. I think he's the guy when we at the gym and he plays that night that we're all tuning. We're getting back to that. We want to see this man play, man. So, G, tell me what you think about what you think about this Anthony being the face of the NBA. Yes or no?
This is tricky. I'm gonna say no on this. It's two. It's two ways you can look at this. I think Anthony Evans is the face of the hood. I think he's the face of the hood. I don't think he's the face of the league. You know why? Because of the situation that he in with his kids. The NBA don't like that. He represent us on how we play on the black tie, how we talk to each other, the cussing, profanity, going at each other hard and stuff like that. Us inner city kids, we like, yeah, that's what we talking about. Corporate, they looking at that like, can he be? Yes, he got the charisma, he got the smile and everything for it. But he told him he don't want it. It's like, whoa, you don't want what LeBron got, Steph got, Kobe had, Mike had? You telling us no. You got a shoe deal with Adidas. I don't know how Adidas would push him to be that. Because you got to look. Adidas' last real star was Derrick Rose. He had no personality. He didn't want to do interviews. He just slid out the back door. He told Jeff Teague that. I didn't want to do that. Jeff Teague was like, bro, you got personality. Why you don't show it? Ant got the personality, but don't want it. Now, maybe if it was Nike marketing, they were like, bro, you got to do this because you're the next big thing. But I just say it's two different type of faces to me. He represent us, but do he represent the corporate? You got to be that guy to represent corporate as well to represent the NBA. They want the polished image. Look at Mike, bald head, going with suits. AI was forced on the NBA, let's be real. Because of what? Those Reeboks sold. Blacks was getting cornrows, but the whites would start getting cornrows. No, you did. They was getting sprayed on tattoos. That was his image. Ant don't got no tattoos. Ant just got a raw game that we all accustomed of seeing in the inner city. That he's getting better. Going to Team USA, learning from Steph, learning from Bron, learning from KD. And now we starting to see it in the playoffs where it mattered. And he's brash, like Derek said. He downtown walking in LA, taking shots at Bron, Shannon. We love that. But do corporate love that?
Damn, that's a great point, G. That's a great point.
But you know, go ahead, Derek. You go ahead.
What's up, DC? What you think?
I mean, when you say we, you can't say we love that because I don't love a guy that's going out at the game, walking down in a city, a dangerous city at that, like like he did what he's supposed to do. But I do feel Ant-Man can be the face of the league just because of his swag, his attitude. So the way he moved, yes, he got opportunity to be the face of the league. And like you said, he's like, nah, he don't want it because some people don't need the credit, the acknowledgement. I know what I am. I know I'm him. I don't need you to put me out there to say I'm him. That's Sheduer Sanders, just the same way. I don't need you to put me out there and market me as the guy when I'm going to go out here and I'm going to play. Like, I'm just going to show up. Like, Ant-Man, he talked crazy before the series going, they're going to be on the beach, blah. Okay, so he got that. Like, he got he can do that. He go out there and perform. And the thing about it, and then you say corporate, he going to get corporate sponsors. He got Adidas, but you got to look at it. These young kids that's up and coming, they wearing those Anthony Edwards out there on the court. Yeah. So he got that young fan base. As long as you got the young fan base, that's all you need because as these older folks, they're going to age out. They're going to eventually die off. So as long as those young guys rocking with him.
Yep.
Good point. That's a good point.
And that was my point, DC. That was what I was going to touch base on because even if I compare Anthony Edwards, Ja Morant to the music game, NBA YoungBoy, Lil Durk, right? We don't listen to them guys a lot, right? But we wondering like these guys are making tens of millions of dollars. Why is that? Why is YoungBoy saying, "Hey, I make more money off of YouTube. I don't even need a record deal because how much money I'm making off of YouTube because of these kids." The kids are who are pushing this, right? The kids are the new generation. They're the ones. I remember when I grew up with Jordan, WGN. Jordan would come on, the Chicago Bull games would come on, and I was sitting there with my dad, and I got to watch Jordan, Brian Russell. Then I got to see him when he got with the Wizards, and I was in love. Of course, I've been in love with the shoes. I think we all we all fell in love with the shoe. If you regardless if you watch Jordan or not, but I remember those different colorways coming out at that time with the Wizards, and gotten to see Jordan coming on that back end. But we knew how great he was. We knew the commercials. I remember the Gatorade commercial with him and Mia and him. Those things. And so Anthony Edwards, I think, can bring that. First off, the Adidas commercials are amazing. I think they are amazing. I think they are going out the box to fit his personality because he is so real and raw. He doesn't get he's like Russell Westbrook when it comes to interviews. Find me. I'm going to cuss. I'm going to say what the hell I have to say. I like you said, G, the hood side of the hood, we like, yeah, and, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even though I look at Ja, where we was having this conversation about Ja 365 days ago, before he got in trouble with the gun, was he the face of the league? Because remember what Ja was doing at a time in the NBA where Ja was taking over as well. But I thought that it was foolishness with the gun theatrics. That was ridiculous because now this could really hurt your brand, and it has because look at him now. You know what I mean? Like, we haven't forgot about him, but the Memphis Grizzlies are worse. They fired their coach, who I thought was a great coach, and he should get a job here soon.
Yes, he should.
It was a bad move, and so I just look at it, and those two would have been the guys where I'm like, would have been here, right? But now that Anthony Edwards has, I just think he has taken the world by storm, and he gives me that, mentality of I see how Dylan Brooks is talking to Steph, right? And it's like, you trying to wake up with, I ain't gonna lie, I thought Steph was gonna go for 50 last game. He really gonna go for, not to get off top, but he really gonna go crazy this game 7 because his son was crying. His son, when son, I said, yeah.
Steph looked soft.
He looked soft. And the Thompson twins, when Thompson said to Brunson, the one that played in Detroit, these kids are really the future. You know what I mean? Those twins, the way they play defense, they shadow you. They make you take tough shots. You know what I mean? They're not giving you nothing, and they're playing physical. They're not scared of. That's the thing about these kids nowadays. The Anthony Edwards and Ja Morant's. Ja told Steph, "Oh, I'm one of them guys too." Remember when they played Memphis?
Yeah, he told him in his face.
I'm one of them too. You know what I mean? Like, we're not scared. That's why the thing with Bron, people fear Jordan. JJ Redick made this thing and said, well, "You fear LeBron?" I don't know how much. I know when dude walked in, Vernon Maxwell said, "Hey, I partied every night until we played that guy." He said, "I made sure I got 10 hours of sleep before we played that dude over there in the Windy City." Bean, same way. People were nervous. Jeff Teague had a story where he was supposed to go to the Lakers, and remember he was out there with Jeremy Lin, and Kobe said, "Man, you left me with this. You left me with this." And Teague like, "Huh?" He talking about Jeremy Lin right in front of his face. But he did not want to take. He knew if he came there, the expectations with Kobe. You know what I mean? The expectations to be able to, to make sure that you're playing and make sure that you're on point. A lot of players. Hey, DT. Some people just want to get paid, right, and chill out.
That's true. That's true.
Let me get my little couple hundred million. I know we might get gone in the first round every year, but I'm fine with that.
That's true. That is true.
So
that is true. I want to look at this. I think the more Anthony Edwards win, the light gonna get bigger.
Mm-hmm.
And I just look at the situation that he in outside the court. The NBA paying close attention to that behind the scenes.
Yep.
And how he treating that. And they looking like, why would we want that to be the face? Yes, like Derek said, a lot of young kids. I like his Adidas. I'm thinking about getting me a pair. I like them. Like, we want to follow this. They might send somebody to come talk to him. Hey, man, get that right. Because what's ahead, his agent, let's get this right. Because what's ahead, moving forward, now you being the face of the NBA, you can be behind Bron. You can be where Steph at for his endorsement-wise. You know what I'm saying? So these are opportunities that it goes back to the title of our podcast, making the right play. That's the right play he need to make and sit down and look at things like, you know what? Let me change some things. He got a team he sit down with, his cousin, his friend and all that. So he need to make that right play and start looking at that and take that serious. It's a huge job. You're in a small market. I don't know if they're going to say, well, we want you to get out this market and go here and win. And you might say, nah, I want to bring it to Minnesota. It'll be better because we don't know nobody. Kevin Garnett was the last person, went to the Western Conference Finals. Yep. He was there last year. So who's to say what he gonna do this year? They call him the legend killer. Knock KD off. Just knock Bron off, depending on what Steph do. Hey, Steph, get over here. But I don't know about that one, but it could be. And that can be his title. The legend killer, Anthony Edwards.
That's it. Well, hey, Ant-Man, I hope you're listening, man. This was some great topics right here. Like you said, G, you made some great points about the corporate and corporate in the hood, and DT same way with you, man. So next thing we're gonna do, man, NBA playoffs, we're gonna get back to y'all, man. Next thing we're gonna do, we're gonna go here, man. Bengals rookie mini camp, man. Looking forward to it, man. They graded us. I think I forgot who it was. They graded us the worst draft this year, man. I forgot where I saw it at. I don't get it. I don't get it. They try to rate us that we were the worst draft this year. I don't know, man. What you guys thinking? DT, go ahead and start off, man. I know you.
Yeah, I think that on ESPN, one of them analysts gave us the worst draft possible. They said it was guys available, value for pick. They said we didn't get the best value with our picks that we selected. Right. Me personally, I think those guys are gonna be pretty good. Get out there, just get their feet wet. This upcoming weekend is actually it's next weekend. It's Mother's Day weekend that they get out there, get ready to just get familiar with it. Get the playbook and know what they got to go home to work. But I'm looking for big things out of Stewart, and I went on record in the gym saying I feel Stewart gonna get at least 6 sacks.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, I feel you either can run the Stewart or you can run the Trey. I mean, either way.
Is we gonna sign Trey Derrick?
Trey's already
like we are. They said go ahead, DT.
Trey is already under contract, so Trey has to play this year or be fined by the NFL for every game he missed. So I'm not worried about that. If he want to sit there and lose money, and Trey's a man of faith, so I know he's not gonna go out there and not honor his values. So I don't feel he's gonna step out on void the contract when he obligated to that contract. And he a man of faith, a man of his word. So I believe Trey gonna show up. But our push got to come from Jenkins, the kid out of Michigan. I'm expecting him to do things in the middle. BJ Hill, I don't know why we gave him all that money, but I'm looking for Jenkins to come in there, provide a push up that middle to force those guys, those quarterbacks and plays to Stewart and Trey. But I want to see what the running back look like. The guy, Brooks, I want to see how he looking at camp too. And I feel the linebacker is going to be a pretty decent fill-ins too. I feel Pratt going to be a June 1st cut. But those backers, with this new system we coming in, we're not just having those two guys out there basically playing a nickel the whole game. We're going to go 4-3, some different formations where our guys won't be as tired. And I guarantee you with that, the tackles, the missed tackles going to go down. But I'm eager to see how Fairchild doing there too. We can use two guards. We need some play on that interior line that protect Joe Burrow. So we give Joe Burrow some time and get a push. I'm confident in our DBs. Those young guys, I know they can play. I just want them to play press coverage a little bit more. And with Lou's gone, so hopefully we won't be playing all that zone. But I'm just eager to see what these rookies do and see what they bring to the team.
Yeah, to piggyback on the secondary, you made some good points there about the line. Fairchild, he was matter of fact my favorite pick. Him and Ratledge. I thought we was gonna get Ratledge because him and Amarius Mills, always played next to each other. Lockers was next to each other. I thought it was a hand and glove fit, and I saw the grade. I mean, y'all know how I felt. I gave us a C+, and sometimes, not getting what everybody think you should get, but what fits your system. Bill Belichick was like that. My boy John Tay say the players we should have had big name wise that Bill didn't. I said, yeah, but you got 6 rings, so I can't really, but I get it. And not to mention Dax Hill just got his 5th-year extension, if I ain't mistaken. I think Dax Hill, I'm gonna be honest with you, I think he could be a Swiss Army knife. I think he could come off the blitz like Hilton. I think he can drop, he could play the slot, he could play a tight end. I know y'all probably think, you think he Derwin James. No, I'm not saying that, but he's very athletic. That's not being spoken about. He tore his ACL. Hopefully, come back strong. but I just think he can be a wild card on our defense. I really do. I think, with the linebackers that we get with who was it? Knight and Carter.
Yep.
I'm seeing Carter being listed as a backup special team guy. I think down the line he gonna replace Pratt. And we got the guy Burks from Philly. He was solid. I looked at his tape. He was real solid in the playoffs. Now him being a starter, I want to see what can he do. He looked like a short tackle in open space because I'm real big on my linebackers being able to tackle in open space. So I just think that in minicamp, I think Al Goen, from me watching his interviews, he's attacking early. He's gonna hold people accountable early. He got the guys he wanted, not who we wanted. See, that's why I be saying that's a difference. That's where I'll be fighting that with. Because I'll be having, Fred, I done sent you lists of players that I would like us to have. And yeah, I felt the weight. And hearing Derek speak, I got to give him credit. It's like, you know what? He got a point. It ain't about always what we want. Because we're not coaching. We're fans. We paying to watch. Or we home watching. And Xavier Watt, I'm looking like, man. I'm looking at D tackles like, man, like, but Al gonna run the defense, and I'm gonna give him a chance. That's the best thing I can do. I'm gonna give you a chance. Derek went on a limb and say Stewart gonna get 6 sacks. I looked at him like, and he was passionate about it. John was there, who he made the bet with, so it's like, okay, cool. And then I go back to looking at film, like I see where he can get these sacks at now.
Yeah.
Like, dang, you made a good point.
Finishing with him, that was the point that brought up because when Mike, like I think we talked about it last pod about Michael Parsons, saying how violent he is and the skill set that this kid has. Yeah. We have a low risk, high reward situation with him. You know what I mean? Because the thing is that I'm banking on Newton this year, and I'm also banking on Murphy. Murphy has a chance this year to, you know what I mean? Like, he has a chance to solidify that front for us. You know what I mean? Which I think could really be good. I think we really could surprise the division this year. You know what I mean? So I think I can't wait for the mini camp. I can't wait to see the running back from Texas Tech. I done watched this film like 2 or 3 times. I done fell in love with the dude.
He reminded me of Maurice Jones-Drew.
He does. He
reminded me of Maurice Jones-Drew. A little battering ram.
For sure, especially with Brown, you know what I mean? Like that mix up. Our running back room. What I'm saying is that I think we have all the tools to be successful this year. You know what I mean? I think if and I believe in Al Goen. I'm just gonna say it. I was shocked that he ain't take none of his guys. I ain't gonna lie. Watt, I was shocked about that one. You know what I mean? But yeah, go ahead, G. Before we switch.
He did take a guy, but he took him in free agent. We got Howard Cross the third. As a D tackle, y'all, I'm telling y'all, that's a steal. That is a steal. He didn't play against Old State because of his knee. I'm telling y'all, he had about 4 sacks and like 45 tackles. He like to get at the quarterback. And I think he's going to make this team. I really do. It's another guy. And I got to speak his name. I'm going to go to the offensive side of the ball, man. I'm going to say this. If Burton can get himself together, y'all, what our offense going to be, listen to me, fellas. I don't care about Baltimore. Never cared about Pittsburgh, Cleveland, Kansas City. If he get his head together with what we got, and like Derek said, the offensive line, the worst thing can happen to the NFL is Joe Burrow having time. And I'm gonna leave it at that. That's a nightmare for the NFL.
Yep. Well, hey guys, I know we're excited. You said Jared. You said July. You said July 1st, right? When does the mini camp start?
Oh, May the 11th next weekend. It's the Mother's Day weekend, so I guess it's like the 9th through the 11th.
Okay, bet. So we can't wait to see you guys. See this mini camp going, man. We'll touch base again on the pod probably that week and see how it goes. How it's going that week. So next thing we're gonna do here, man, we're gonna go into this Cris Carter dude from Middletown with his remarks on Sheduer, man. Quickly, I'm just gonna go off of what was said a little bit. Basically, Cris Carter says an NFL Hall of Famer, Cris Carter, goes off on Sheduer Sanders for throwing away at least 30 to 50 million in the NFL draft, and makes it clear that he doesn't believe the NFL collided against him. He has some other choice words in there as well. Basically, but what do you guys? DC, let's start with you, man. What are you thinking here with Sheduer and Cris Carter? I mean, what's going on?
Man, the thing is, it's sad to say, like Cris Carter, like you said, he's an Ohio guy,
Hall of Famer.
all this stuff. For some reason, it just makes me gear back to his daddy. Like all the hate that he's catching, all the things that's going on with Sheduer, I feel it's coming from through his daddy. But he take the confidence from his daddy. I can't help it. I'm confident. Fred, you'll hear me talking in the gym, tell you I'll cook you. I might not have a chance to beat you, but guess what? You're gonna have to prove me wrong.
Right.
So, but it's just the guy. He's just people don't know how to take confidence, man. And that's the thing about it. He believes in himself, and people can't handle it. But these guys coming out attacking him, he cost himself $50 million. Because I go in and say, hey, if you don't want to win, don't draft me.
Right.
So you got to have either you had a winner mindset or you're a loser. The kid got a winner mindset. I'm not coming in here to play football. I'm coming in here to win. I'm a competitor. I hate to lose. Don't nobody want to deal with losing. If you can't accept the guy that's coming in here confident, that's willing to put his all into your organization,
change your organization,
then why you got the job? But once again, they got the money, so they in position to control the narrative. The thing about it, they can't control that kid because he's coming in with money. The money that he's making this year, he made more in college. So
that's crazy.
Like, I mean, I don't know what to say. I mean, I'm rooting for Sheduer Sanders. I'm a diehard Cincinnati fan, but I'm gonna buy a Sheduer jersey just for the support.
Yeah,
I might wear it a time or two, but I'm a Cincinnati guy.
Right.
But
I'm definitely get one too.
Right. Yeah. I think we should all grab one. Yeah, grab one.
Don't go ahead, Derek. My bad. Go finish because I got something to close it. Good.
The attack that kills me the most is when it's coming from one of us. Cris Carter, you have been in this situation. You have been to the NFL. You know what it's like to be in front of one of those owners. You know how you guys are talked about when y'all ain't there. You know the image that they put out of these guys. Like, come on, it's there. They put it in your face, and it's to the point where now these guys need to start stepping up. Like I said before, the NFL is made up of probably 80 to 85% African American males. It's time that you guys start speaking up and demand the respect and build a camaraderie with each other. Where, hey, I ain't finna sit here and let you talk about this guy because guess what? Y'all owners can blackball me, but I'm the excitement that's coming to the game. So without us, you can put some guys in there, but is the excitement still going to be the same? Is you still going to get that same thing? Or are you going to get guys that just shut up and go out there and just play football and go home? You want the guys that's like Ocho Cinco, he come and give you a dance, or Jamar Chase hitting the gritty, or JJ hitting the gritty. The kids look up for that excitement as well. Me being a fan, like, I love it when we score a touchdown because I might hit the gritty or, take my shirt off, switch around my head like Petey Pablo or something like. So it's the excitement that comes with it. Like, I mean, It's entertainment. The game of football, you're paying for the entertainment. So when you're going out here bashing a kid and you haven't been in his shoes before, like, let's not do that, man. Let's not beat each other down. Like, let's build each other up. Like, this is the opportunity for you guys to embrace Sheduer Sanders and take him under your wing and guide him so he don't let nobody down. So he don't make it hard for that guy to come behind him that's arrogant and cocky. Like, let's do that. Let's embrace him getting here. Like, let's celebrate him. Let's mentor him. Like even, local athletes we got here that need guys to guide them. So just let's embrace them. Let's not down talk them. Let's build these guys and uplift these guys up. Because at the end of the day, he's still a 22-year-old young man. Like, he ain't really got to start living his life yet. He been around his dad, his family, his whole time. Now he's gonna be away over here in Cleveland. Now he's got to operate on his own. He got to go out here and be his own and build his own brand and build his own self. So now he's on his own. So embrace this young man. Like, I had some riders, I do on Uber. They love Sheduer. They was from Cleveland. They said, I think he's gonna be the best thing that happened to us in a long time. They said Cleveland is excited about Sheduer Sanders coming there.
Yeah. Good take, D. Good take, Derek. What you thinking, D?
I did a breakdown that I looked into that. I did a breakdown. I'm gonna touch on Cris Carter first, but I'm gonna go with Sheduer second. Chris Carter, I'm shocked. No, I'm gonna take back. I ain't shocked because I saw you said you was in a limo, and the limousine driver was Sheduer chauffeur for a week. You said that you heard that limousine driver say, "I never met a young guy so respectful, so detailed, so disciplined. Ever, I done drove some of the biggest stars around. No, sir. No, sir. Respectful." And Chris Carter seemed like he was shocked, like, wow. And he went and told Rich Eisen on his show about Sheduer. And then for me to hear what he said, and I'm with you, Derek, I think it is about his dad. And he bringing up the money. And he's saying that they let them know that they ain't running nothing. I mean, Chris Carter, you was in a situation you should know. You should embrace Sheduer. Because I'm going to go personal on this. No disrespect. You was on drugs. You got kicked out the NFL. See, people don't know you played for the Philadelphia Eagles. And you got kicked out when Buddy Ryan was trying to say you was on drugs. You know, so what Sheduer, he does none of that. Don't drink, don't smoke. I think you should embrace that. You should talk to him like that. You ain't go down that road. So he got an opportunity. And it seemed like you was happy that he didn't get it. You felt joyful that the NFL showing you and your family that y'all don't run nothing. The way you was saying it with vulgar, like I was like, wow. But I did my own little research, and this is what I came up with why this happened to Sheduer. They just signed Myles Garrett to $40 million. Okay. Deshaun Watson's still on contract for $36 million. All this guaranteed. So we're looking at what, 76? Cleveland knew, the NFL knew he was going to Cleveland. Why would I sign a number one, number two pick that's going to be guaranteed $40 to $45 million, and I'm already under cap. So what I'm going to do is this. Y'all ready? Not saying this the same situation, but I'm going to bring this guy name up. I'm a Brock Purdy. You're going to ball for $4 million for 3 years, and then I'm going to sign. So I get Deshaun Watson off this deal. It was smart by Cleveland, but it was wrong reality. We all know this man ain't no 5th round talent, but y'all had to do it, and the NFL was with it and told teams not to take you because they knew y'all situation and y'all felt y'all got screwed by Watson. So why would our cap stay high? So what they did was, let's let him drop. Okay, that money cool, $4 million. Okay, cool. Like Derek said, he already had money. He already had 2 races. So what they did was did their homework and said with they cap, don't nobody touch it. Let him drop so we can get it. We got Flacco. We all know Flacco a hit away from retiring. And that guy they got from Oregon, Doug Gabriel, he don't stand a chance. And what Derek said, oh, you hit your daddy, you spoiled. We gonna make him earn something. But when he be the starter, he gonna be Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy was living with a neighbor to this day because he couldn't afford a place in San Francisco. Now he's up for $60 million. See, you get a top guy that balled out for cheap into the Deshaun League. You know what I'm saying? So it was strategically done. You done gave away $76 million. You got people still on the cap. They rather say, okay, the quarterbacks is the most highest paid person on the field. Why would I go do that? And we got one with a torn Achilles getting free money. It was all strategically done. That's why he went that far. But they knew not to touch him and let Cleveland get him because Cleveland needed somebody to change that franchise around.
Right.
They just got it for cheap. That's how I'm looking at it. That's how I broke it down.
That's a great take, G. That's a great way to look at it, and that you breaking that down like same way with you, DT too. I think that I just want to say this, Chris Carter, come on, dog. We listened to you when Skip went at you when you said you wanted to punch Skip off the. You're an emotional guy. If you know, we supposed to be here for each other. I hate, like Derek, like you said, I hate it. Got to be one of us. You know what I mean? Because there's so many. I'm seeing a lot of, and it's funny because you got the Mel Kipers, a couple other white guys that are standing up for Sheduer in this situation, and we got the Louis Reddicks and the Cris Carters, you know, and I know what it is that, like Deion always said it, don't let my securities mess with your insecurities, and that's what we're dealing with in the total here. So that's that, guys. That was a great take here. Let's move on to the next one here. Okay, I know we want to talk about the teen violence and possible solutions that we got going on. I'm basically I kind of want to start off with just on my end, if just a quick take for me, so we can get to you guys. The kids that we're able to talk to, the ones that I look going to a few basketball games this year, seeing how G training a few of them, me working with behavioral youth. This is what I do every day. The number one thing that I got out of it is being relatable. And what I mean by relatable is having conversations and us shutting the fuck up and actually listening, right? Listening to what's going on. Instead of, because a lot of times I remember growing up was that my uncles and everybody was telling me, my father, everybody's telling us what we need to do instead of listening and actually knowing what's going on with them, because it could be more of it's a mental capacity, right? We're all going to hang with people that we shouldn't be hanging with. We're going to always, we're going to be in situations that we're going to have to make quick decisions. Luckily for me, I had a dad in my life where I thought about him before I made these decisions.
Oh yeah.
And I didn't feel bad about maybe getting out of that car or not going to that party or not, linking up with this girl because of the conclusion I could be in later on. I do agree. The grandfathers and grandmothers are getting younger, right? A lot of them nowadays, they still, starting to live out their dreams, and they're still trying to, they're going party and club and different things like that. So my biggest thing is that we listening to the youth, that we understand what's going on, and that we try to find a solution together instead of saying, hey, this is how it worked back then. Well, it's not back then. They don't care about back then. They don't care about history. These are things that they just don't, you know what I mean? It's like when we were growing up, it's a little bit different than what it is now. And so I just wanted to touch base there first. And G, let's start off with you. What do you think we could do for some solutions here for the teens?
One thing that I do miss, and a lot of people can relate to, I don't know if Fred, you, but I know Derek. Derek, you remember we had CCY?
Citizens Committee on Youth. Yes, sir. They got a program like that now.
Where?
It's with the Urban League. LaToya Hall, she runs a program like that employs kids throughout the summer that they're able to go get job skills. I know a couple kids personally, and she advertises her stuff on Facebook and everything, and people take advantage of it. LaToya Hall does a lot for the youth in the community.
I appreciate that. I'm glad you said that.
Appreciate that, LaToya, for sure.
Yeah, she's getting ready to open like a group home too for young men, or a border house for teens, whatever. So Toya, when it comes to these youth in Cincinnati, hands down, she's 100% for the youth. LaToya Hall,
shout out to Toya Hall. Shout out to Toya Hall. Because I remember coming up, that was in my neighborhood, Millville. That helped out a lot of inner city kids, and they kept you occupied. You weren't just full-time in the street. You was responsible. A lot of these kids ain't responsible. They just getting up and going out into the world, linking up with their homies, and you got a lot of time on your hands. And I'll be the first one to tell you, I wasn't the same. When I had a lot of time on my hands, I did some things too. But like Fred, I had a father, mother, and I paid for it too. But me touching with kids, getting to know them, like Fred says, you got to listen. And what I learned from teenagers, young black males, they will take a liking. They will watch you for a while. They'll watch you and see who, what, how people speak. And then they slowly make their way towards you. And one thing I learned from these young men, fatherless men, they got to learn to trust you. If they feel like they trust you, I'm telling you, they will listen to you. You can't come on like forceful. You got to allow them to vent, talk. They're going to watch and see how you receive certain things. And they even acknowledge that you from where they from. You're just a little older, you're more knowledgeable. So what they do, they trust you with certain information, and they don't want that to be told to this guy and this guy. They'll try you. Can you keep a secret? You know, can you like hold information that they do give you? And a lot of them be crying out, not with the tears, it's with the words. You know, they want out. The reason they with them guys, because that's all they know. But a lot of them want to break away. They'll let them walk down and be like, hey, G, Coach G, let me talk to you. Hey, Coach G, I want to work. I can know you ain't got to tell me you tired. I see it. You know, and then going home, they forced to be the daddy at sometimes, watching the little brother, watching the little sister.
Mm-hmm.
Mama out, like Fred said, going out, want to go to club, live, whatever it is downtown. They want to be in that space, you know, and even what just went on with the young guy, you know, stealing cars and stuff like that. That hurts. I got little nephews, and they know the consequences. You know, if my sister even give me a call, I'm gonna talk to them. I ain't gonna put hands on depending on what it is. But I know if they call, I know what it's for. So I tell them, don't let her call me. Please don't. But a lot of these young guys, man, they making their own way. And Derek, you heard me say this a lot. These fathers in this era is called cheat codes to me. You know, somebody who already paved the way and lay down a blacktop for you, cover up all the potholes if you listen. A lot of young guys got to fall in these potholes. Ain't nobody jumping in there to get them out. They got to get out. And it comes with a lot of emotions, frustration. Mom only can say so much. I hear it. They tell me, Greg, what do I do then? Who do I turn to? I say, I'll listen to you. Go ahead, tell me. Come on, I got you. And then once you give them that space, is what they do with it. And a lot of these guys are intelligent. They smart. They just so messed up on they don't want to take that chance to do right. Mm-hmm. Peer pressure. We don't even mention that a lot. There's a lot of peer pressure still going on. Oh man, you in the gym with Derek and Fred now, man. We out here, man. Like the little homie, Derek. He sent to me. The little boy got a smile that light the gym up. He be ready to work. And I appreciate that. You know, he come in, what I want to do. Come on, let's do this, let's do that. He be ready. He be ready. And then like just being around him give me joy. You know, he hold a conversation. He don't cuss. I don't hear him cuss. You know, he's very respectful and manageable. And a lot of these kids it's what they're around. Because they got to adapt to the environment. They feel anybody going to adapt to them. Because what they really want to do ain't cool. But they just doing it because I live in this neighborhood. My boy's doing it. I go to school with him. You know, so yeah, man, it's tough and it's sad at the same time, man.
Nah, you made some great points, man. So DT, because I know this is a topic that you wanted to touch on for sure, and you know, kind of give us thoughts. So, G, that was a great take, and we, you know, again, kids, you know, we just want, you know, give you an insight of what we're thinking about here. So DT, what we thinking here, man?
Like you said, we all was teens before. The stuff that I see now with these kids is not the stuff that I seen when I was younger. Like, it's videos surfacing just like this past weekend of kids up there at Kings Island fighting. So my call is this. What do we have to do? And I'm talking to these city council members, these politicians, these business owners, because we need y'all help. Because at the end of the day, these kids are only going to be as good as we allow them to be. They need our help. But we need these people that's in positions, Scotty Johnson, Vice Mayor Kearney. We need those type people because when we was little, we had the Lincoln Center, we had the YMCA, we had the Boys and Girls Club. Those memberships was $1 then. So it's easy for a parent to be able to afford $1 versus now a membership might be $10 or $20 and the center's closed early. So the city, quote unquote, has a curfew. 15 and under, they're supposed to be in the house by 10 p.m. 16 to 17 should be in by midnight. So let's get back to trying to enforce some of these rules where we can control the kids, but we got to give them things to do. So say I get up, say it's a regular day. I go to school. Most of these high schools get out about 3 o'clock. I go to the center. The center closed 6 o'clock. The center closes at 6. So just say I'm 15. Here it is from 6 to 10. I don't have anything to do. So now I'm an idle child. Now let me go see what I can do. Like you said, I might not be on a roll with these guys, but guess what? Here it is. I'm rolling with these guys, and I got myself in some things that I can regret. So I want the city to help as far as these centers extending those hours, make it affordable to everyone, because everyone can't afford if it's $10, $20. Make it affordable. These pools, make it a token used to be $1 now. Back when I was little. So now the tokens is like $5 or stuff like that. Make this stuff affordable. Let them kids go to the pool, wear themselves out. But definitely, and you were saying like the kids saying who do they have to turn to? I met a guy named Aaron. He started a program here. It's called the Grow Community, where you have adolescents, teens, young men. You know, it's a space where they can go talk mental health. Just have a talk. It ain't just the kids; it's adults too. But and reach out to LaToya Hall. She's giving kids opportunities to get jobs. They can go work, get a skill over the summer. All those things. It's places, it's programs and stuff here. I think we got to put that information out to people too.
And Derek, we need to if we can get a link to whatever she got going on, maybe we can go ahead and put it on the page and also this YouTube page. So if any parents that are interested in getting their kids into that, we can make it easier for them to find it, because a lot of nowadays for some reason we have these smartphones, but people too lazy to even go to Google to look up certain things. You know what I mean? So maybe let's make it easy accessible so we can help Miss Hall out.
Definitely.
Yep. So no, I think you guys made some great points, man. I kind of want to just end it right here. I'm in this quote. I mean, in this conversation or subject here is they saying, listen, y'all, put the damn guns down, man.
Please.
One thing I've learned that recently, and I heard it. I forgot where I heard it at, but it's more y'all in the graveyard than us now. Y'all should be burying us, not y'all. It's getting ridiculous.
That's a fact.
You have to listen. You have to care about yourself. You gotta you gotta show yourself some grace. Things are not just gonna happen overnight. But I promise you get you a skill. You find something else. You're about 25 years old. You'll be where you thought you would never be. You're not even giving yourself time, man. You know what I'm saying? Like honestly, a lot of people don't. A lot of men are not gonna get it until they 40. You know what I mean? Until they, and it comes from experience. You're only gonna have so much experience between the age of 15 to 20. You know what I mean? And then so it's just, come on, guys. Kids just put the guns down, put them down, fist up. It is okay to squabble. It's okay to do that, man. Because guess what? Y'all both get to go home to y'all parents. Y'all both get to go to school tomorrow. And most of the time, the people that did have smoke back in the day end up being great friends later on, because they butted heads because of things that they both align with. So we're gonna that was a great touch back here. Hey guys, I want a yes or no. I want to know who's gonna win this. Right here, we're going Lance Stephenson versus Micheal Beasley, 1-on-1. I just want to know, so because we're gonna go back to this once it's over. I'm going first. I'm going with MB. Micheal Beasley. I think it's I think he gonna smoke him. I love Lance. Don't get me wrong. I got love for Lance. That's a different beast, and that comes from KDs to the LeBrons to, I think Micheal Beasley's seen everybody. So 1-on-1 wise, Josh Hart just said it on an interview not too long ago. He said, "Man, Mike gonna smoke his ass. Like, he one of the best 1-on-1 players there." But I'm going with Mike Beasley. G, what you thinking?
I'm going with MB. He got the mid range. It just hurt me that he ain't in the league.
Yep.
It just hurt me that he ain't in the lead. I know he got some little mental issues people look at, but a walking bucket? Come on, man. MB, like he was 6'9", about 235 pounds, 240. Lance Stephenson ain't no little dude either. He about 225, 230. And Lance got wiggle. He nice.
Right.
I just think MB, when it come down to it, I think it's gonna be blood drawn, might be a little scuffle because of their personalities and the way they play. But depending on what they go out, I think MB it ain't gonna be easy though. It ain't gonna be easy, but I got MB, Mike Beasley taking this.
Okay. What about DC? What you thinking, man? I know what you about to say. Well, go ahead and say it, man.
Yeah, I'm rolling with Lance.
Yeah.
I'm rolling with Lance Stephenson. Just that dog in Lance Stephenson, that attitude in him. He not finna let you beat him. It's the killer in him. He's not finna do that, man. He's not Micheal Beasley probably about 3-4 inches taller than he is, but he's not finna let Micheal Beasley bullying down there. Micheal Beasley gonna have to play. He gonna have to put the weed down too. Lance coming, man. It's just that New York Henny, man. He coming with that attitude, that swagger. He coming to win, man. I'm taking Lance.
Hey, listen, it's gonna be a great event. I think Kyrie Irving is hosting it, so you got one of the best one-on-one. I think it's gonna be a great event. I think it's a paid event. I'm not gonna pay. I'll probably we ain't gonna promote what we got going on, but we gonna be watching it. We gonna be tuned in.
Exactly.
So yeah, we can't wait to see that. Mike Beasley, Lance Stephenson. I think that's gonna be a great one-on-one. All right, guys. So I think we did a great show today. I do want to end with the quote of the day, guys, and we could just touch base here quickly. The quote of the day, like I said, it's from a chief brand officer of Bobby, Bobbie. Her name is Kim Chappelle. She Forbes posted this here, so I want to shout out to Forbes as well. I love the page, especially the quotes that come across. You have to train yourself to move in the moment without hesitation. With limited resources and often without a blueprint for success. I'm going to say, listen, I want to inspire the young to the old. If there's something that you want to go do it. We always trying to wait for the right time, but the only time we just don't, it's the time we don't get back, and the right time is when you need to do it. You might not have all the supplies. You might not have everything, but that's what falling in love with the journey is. You know what I mean? Just get it going. And I promise you, it's so many people that had this same story where they like, I just started. Now look where I'm at. Because if this is your purpose and this is aligned with God, everything's gonna figure itself out in time. We have to be patient. There's not a lot of patience nowadays, and I feel like that's with social media because even with everybody like the pod was kind of long. Well, I mean, I've watched pods that were an hour and a half, 2 hours. You know what I mean?
I have too. I have too.
So what I'm saying is, at the end of the day, I get it. I understand the quick clips is what you kind of get your, is what gets your attention, but you don't get most of the content or the context of what everybody is talking about. You know what I mean? You get that little glimpse, and I get it. It's all clickbait, and it's a different game now. You know what I mean? But I just say, please get out there and just go through with it. Just go ahead and do it. DT, what you think about that quote? And quickly, what do you think? Summing that up.
Man, definitely. Like you said, time waits for nobody. If you feel the time is now, your biggest thing that you said, if it aligns with God. If you can't do nothing without him, so long as God got it aligned for you, you're going to succeed whenever the time is. Whether you're going out there, like just for instance, this podcast, how you put this together. This out on faith. You starting with no blueprint, nobody showing you nothing. You putting this together and you trust in God, man. You pray to God in faith and you letting him lead you. So let's sum it up, man. The time is now.
Amen, brother.
That's absolutely right. Because, like I said, God, I ain't know Derek. Derek knew somebody I know. Derek knew somebody I know that Derek grew up with. I ain't no Fred see him in the gym. Who say God ain't put us together?
That's right.
That's how it is. God. And like you said, we living in a time it's like microwave. They don't want to, as my chef down there at the bottom, hell of a cook. He put his season in there. He know what temperature to put it on. He letting these meals manifest. See, we need it now. Put it, walk away from it. Bing, air fryer's ready. So he should know all about a process of something coming out beautiful because what he put in it. And like you said, Fred, it's the journey. Because when you do get it, you look back, those tears you drop, and those tears are what you put in. Blood, sweat, and tears. You're going to say it was worth it.
That's
it was worth it. And then when somebody want to do the same thing, you tell that story. You give that wisdom. You give that knowledge. It ain't to keep. It's to give and share with other people.
That's right.
And that's the one thing about this era. And I don't like to sound like a grumpy old man. I know I'm getting older, but it bothers me. You want now. It's like when we work out. I remember what you look like. I got to remind y'all remember you did 225. Oh, yeah, for real? Now you're on 275. I remember you did 275. Oh, yeah, you just hit 325. I get all this. Man, these guys, they so consistent. They loving their journey, bro. They loving their journey, bro. This man went from doing 20s. He back doing 12s, hitting it. Fred, Man, them 75s, man, I'm gonna get there one day. We here now. What's up now? I told Planet Fitness they need to order some more dumbbells. They need more. My God, what? I'm just saying. Everything y'all say is God. God got us here.
Right.
You know, let's bring these guys together. You know, so I'm like I said, that quote is on point, man, and I love it, man. But we live in what we're saying. God,
that's
Fred,
right.
Derek, you know, linking us up together to do something special.
That's right.
This special to me. So all the young guys that's watching, you might got homies. Try to see what vision they got. Y'all around each other all day. So you want to just walk around the hood? You don't want to do nothing?
Mm-hmm.
You think it take one to spark it. It take one to spark it. And they'd be like, oh, okay. And let him go do it. But guess what we got to see first? I got to see the results. I got to see the results before I do it. I got to see the results. Now I'm going to go. Now I'm going to go. Because the one that left that crew that y'all ain't seeing a lot, oh, man, you okay then? I'll say that, oh, yeah, that little job is doing good. Hey, bro, we need to get him one-on-one. Hey, Fred, is y'all hiring? Hey, Derek, is y'all hiring? It take one. Yeah, bro, we hiring. Now 2 working there. Hey, bro, I'm about to come over there with y'all. Now 3. It's just like when we work out. Derek, I mean, real boy, what he said? Man, I want to get in there with. That's all it take. That's all it take. And it's just like this outside the gym. It takes one, you know. But yeah, man, for sure, I love that quote.
Man, for sure. And that just go back to what I was gonna say is that letting God work through you to help others. You know what I mean? Like that's what people don't realize is that everybody has a certain purpose. What you thought was for you, what's for you is for you. Like that's why the anxiety and the stress we shouldn't be dealing with because it's gonna happen. You know what I mean? It's like I told my boy the other day. I said, listen, it's like betting. You put a parlay in, you either gonna hit or you're gonna lose. It is not, there's no in between, and you have to be okay with that. Go ahead, G.
I got one thing to say. I train guys. I train these 2 guys. Anybody know me? I never thought I was gonna be doing this. This wasn't my plan. Guess who plan it was?
Big dog out there for sure. Real talk.
I never. Anybody that's watching this in their craziest dreams, this ain't supposed to happen. But I'm loving it. I'm glad it happened. You know, and y'all support me.
Yep, for sure.
You know, Derek didn't supported me, sent me stuff, even though he crazy at times. You know, there's about 5 people in him, but you know, that's a different story. But he's a hell of a supporter. Fred, a hell of a supporter. You know what I'm saying? Like, this wasn't a plan, but people who helped share this vision with me. Hey, G, woo, woo, woo. G, woo, woo. Yeah, I got somebody, woo, woo. Like the little guy was saying. Derek brought that little guy to me. You know, I give props. Listen, this ain't all me, you know, but I appreciate y'all for that.
No, for sure. Hey, Derek, any last words, man?
I just want to say this. Hey, if you're looking for training, reach out to management. You can reach me at 513-265-6174. I can get you set up with Greg. We can arrange a date and time for you.
Hey, that's right. Hey, this what I'm saying. Hey, listen, guys, thank you for tuning in to Making the Right Play podcast episode 2. We appreciate y'all again. This is a community thing, so we just glad you guys are on this journey with us. This is all we asking you guys to do is to please like, share, subscribe, comment, wherever. We're on TikTok. We're gonna get the X rolling this week. Instagram, we've been getting a little bit of dialogue on there, guys. But you guys are able to deal with us from the ground up. So when we win, you guys win as well. And so we just want to continue to grow here. But again, we just want to thank you guys for tuning in again. We'll probably see you. We definitely see you guys next week. And
yes, sir.
Thanks. You guys continue making the right play. If you have any questions or anything like that, definitely feel free to reach out to us. And y'all guys have a blessed weekend.
Do the same. Thanks.
All right.